Alright, another freestyle one actually. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You asked for it? I'ma give it to you. You asked for the spice. I'ma give you the spice till we get a strike. I don't fucking know. Anyways, welcome to this video. Some of you asked me, yeah, how do we actually play all their Pokemon parts online today, now, where Nintendo took the server off? I give you a brief introduction. Actually, I might do I'm gonna do some installation parts with you also, not as we did in the review videos. So yeah, that's actually what we do. It's gonna be freestyle. I didn't have wrote any script or anything. The only file that is not gonna be in, of course, is the saves, of course. I noticed a mistake. Actually, let me copy a Pokemon game. And yes, as far as I remember, you can also use the German editions to that game, because if you set the game in English, it might be in English too, because it's an European ROM. So it adapts to the language from the system, as far as I remember. If not, and you're having trouble, just let me know. As you might Google up the ROM by yourself, it might be pretty easy, but I give you the course. So we are having 3 or 4 base games that I give you, and we're having 1 ROM hack. I'm coming a bit more into the explanation. Also, we're having the DS emulator. So at your part, you won't have the zip datei and the saves, because I'm gonna delete them. These are of course mine. I won't give you that. You got to use that for yourself. I'm gonna unpack you the Melon DS so you can execute it by yourself. So yeah, you have first off the Pokemon Platinum version, the Pokemon Soul Silver, Pokemon Black 2, Pokemon White 2, and if you want to have the game a bit more versatile, adjusted of a ROM hack, you get, instead of White 2, you get also White 2. You can Google the ROM up by yourself, what are the specific changes and blah. We are running on the version 1.4.1. You can search there, those changelog or changelog or whatever you want. So yeah, it's 1.4.1 Pokemon World by 2. This is basically just a ROM hack of the basic version with more overhaul, and both of course works online. Online means locally on an IP address that I'm gonna explain you now. It's a bit weird to explain because technically it's locally, but because people are hosting server online above a DNS, you are technically online. So it's kind of a bit too technical to explain for non-technical people. That's why we won't go into the depth, but yes, locally online. That's all you need to know. So yeah, for the first, I'm gonna give you this site in case you want to read. I already clicked on the Windows. You can choose your desired version to download this emulator. Also for the emulator, just take the GitHub link. It might be also one on Google Play Store. That's what I used on my phone to test it, but it's kind of slow, so you can test up the APK. I haven't tested this one, but you can test it. And also what you need is the Pokemon Classic level. That's the IP we're gonna put into the emulator to play online and do the trades with other players. So yeah, in the background I'm having some music running. So yeah, we're gonna start off. You got these files, then I'm gonna unpack it. In your case, it's gonna be unpacked and make it like this. Then you go in, start a normal emulator, of course. Go first off into the config. You want to do your inputs and blah. In my case, I'm gonna switch to keyboard. I'm gonna do my inputs like how I'm using them. Yes, they look retarded, so don't mock me for that. Actually, I'm playing a bit retarded when it comes to Pokemon, but I used to play this game on emulator actually for days, because as a kid I couldn't afford getting a DS. Of course, I got that later, but yeah, anyways, before that I just had to play the games before I went out in JP-ROM, so I could help my friends, because to this time internet weren't that great like it used to be. So yeah, you have some special clips that you can use, like microphone swap screens, toggle FPS, frame skip and blah, some add-ons, whatever, and these are the main. You can just switch to joystick mappings and blah. That's what you do. Then you go to video settings, take OpenGL in this case, and then you can upscale the game as you want. For myself, I'm taking 4x, you can take 5x, whatever, and it looks then way better. So yeah, so I might ask, I don't need to put the BIOS in and blah. I asked the guy and he said it's not necessary. Also, when I'm using it, it won't work somehow. It might work on your side if you're Googling the BIOS by yourself, but for me, it did not work actually. So yeah, then you go into OpenROM and then choose any desired ROM. For my, if I'm gonna take my worldwide, because it's a bit of an extra. I also want to show you a bit of case of history that I played on these actually. So yeah, and let me turn that a bit not that loud, as it might fuck my music. So yeah, you have the normal base Pokemon game. You can play it on Android if you get the emulator running. You can play it on, oh, it's safe, that's nice. You can play it on the PC. Also, you can play it on your normal DS. This is what I'm gonna come to, because they both need to have these settings. You go to Nintendo Wi-Fi settings. In my case, I'm gonna erase the settings. You're gonna search the connection, search for an access point. The reason why you're using Melon DS over other DSs is because Melon DS is capable of getting its own network running that the devs made, actually. I haven't read about that, but yeah, that's the method you can find the connection for this, which is important. Then you're gonna go to this connection. You're gonna wait a second. It's gonna load. It's a bit of a blind actually for me. So last time I did that, it did not work because they had issues. Sometimes they have issues. If you go on the Pokemon GTS Classic site, you can search for the Discord, and then you can ask them about if there are any issues or anything. So yeah, it's testing the connection right now. I'm gonna wait a bit. On a normal DS, you will take your normal connection that you have. Then you're gonna proceed into the DNS. I'm gonna tell you that a bit. And on the DNS auto obtain, you press no and put in that IP address. So the traffic gets redirected to the address, and so you get access. Because of course you won't be able to connect on it because servers don't exist anymore. So yeah. It's loading kinda long though. Okay. Let me switch to the basic game. It might be the ROM hack. I think I did a fuck up here, wait. I think you don't need to delete, you don't need to do, or you better not delete that setting, I guess. It's presetted. Let me try it out. Auto obtain NDS primary NDS, we're gonna type in 178.62.43.212. You can set that to 0. There's connection. It went through, okay. Looks already pretty good. Kinda weird why it didn't took that in the first place. Actually should have taken that in the first place. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. For my save, I'm gonna do import the save file. You don't need to do that because you don't have a save file. I do it now because I have one. You can port Worldwide 2 save to Y2, so it works. If you're gonna port file for Y2, it will recognize that it's a save from the ROM hack. Some Pokemons might lose their moves, of course, because there's fairy type in that ROM hack. So yeah, no worries on that. Then in normal case, if you want to check a mystery gift like we used back to, we go to this. Then we go like this, go yes, yes, and then it will load a bit. It's saving right now because I don't have any friend code. Once you connect for the first time, you're gonna get the friend code that you can share to other players. Do we have any special event ready? We have a shiny Giratina. Did I receive it? I got it already. We're gonna check it out later actually. So yeah, and then you will do the normal event procedure, receive the Pokemon, go to the Pokédex and then pick the Pokemon up. That's what you actually do. Or else, if you see like this, there are also people posting their trades also still in right now. You can check for older Pokemons, you can check for newer as you want. And yeah, you see there are a ton of guys sharing their Pokemons per day. And yeah, for myself, where in the fuck am I? I'm in the cave. Yeah, I was hunting a Pokemon, I forgot. We're gonna use the rope actually. Where's the rope? Leaves don't have. Okay. I'm gonna run out of this. I'm sorry for that long procedure right now because I haven't prepared that, and also I don't want it to be prepared because then it will be scripted, and I want you to have a clear image of what we are doing sometimes. And if, like the errors, we do a fuck up. That's important to know if that has happened, so you know not everything works perfect as it should be or intended. So yeah. Once in a normal case, if you connect, I don't know, I'm gonna check now if I already received a friend code or not. Also, if you asked how I got this Reshiram background, I'm gonna explain it another time. So yeah. Let me check the pal pad that you use. So I'm gonna say Maze friend code. Yes, you give me one. If I would give you this friend code, you give me your friend code, we go into, not the GTS, but we go into the normal trading room, we will be able to trade or battle. As it is right now. So yeah, then you go to her and then she's gonna do that for you. But now we're gonna connect for the first time to the global trade. GTS, yes, would you like to trade? Yes, I would love to. And then you can go in there normally. If you don't have a friend code, just go into the GTS or go into the second one anyway, so you get the friend code. It's you just need to have that first login with the server, so it automatically gives you a friend code. Then you disconnect, go out, and then you have your friend code. That's basically it. Sometimes like mine, this one, if you saw it on a video, you can pause the video, you can screenshot that and add me on there. Write me yours, of course. But in case I'm gonna do a reconnection or anything, this code might get wiped out. So yeah. And then you can deposit your Pokemon as you would in a normal GTS trade for Pokemon. And yeah, some Pokemons might variate in the form of what the guys are needing from his Pokemon. For example, this one down here wants a Snorunt from against the Glaceon. Sometimes it might change. There might be another Pokemon. I don't know how that is happening, but it's happening. You might swap that and the server hasn't updated. I am not sure for now, but yeah, that's the most common steps. But yeah, the important thing is that you don't put in a firmware. That's what worked for me. You can try to put in the firmware on the emo settings, but you got to Google. You can Google that, how to get the BIOS. It's really simple. But yeah, that's how it is. And yeah, I replayed Pokemon Soul Silver. I replayed the Platinum. I also played Emerald. And I picked up most of the event Pokies. And all of them I took and transferred them here. Also, I played the Worldwide 2 ROM hack, which is pretty important. And yeah, we're gonna have a look at some Pokemon. So yeah, that's a Seawaddle I got. We're gonna check some important Pokemons actually. I remember this one being, yeah, this one is an event shaman that I got from Sinnoh, for example. There's a Totara that I captured in the wild. There's a Victini that I captured in a Worldwide 2, because in Worldwide 2 you can get most of the legendaries in a normal battle through, because they are spawning there. That's why the ROM hack is made for, so you can get all the legis legit actually. So there we're having another shaman. We're gonna check that shaman. It looks like it's my actually rumination field. Yeah, this is the one I caught in a bush actually on the forest. That is the Reshiram that we have on the catch. That's the event Giratina that I was talking about. There it is, with the gift ribbon. So yeah, that's from my playthrough. Also, these are the Pokemons from the Platinum actually. This might be a Giratina shiny from the Platinum, but I don't remember. So yeah, this one. Then we're having a Celebi, a shiny legend. This one is important Darkrai actually. It's from Almia. It's from the Pokemon Ranger one. This one I got also. Some other legends, some more Arceuses. We got more editions. This one was Blaziken from my playthrough of Pokemon Emerald. All those three. Also the Latios and the Celebi and the Ho and the Jirachi actually. Was that shiny? No fucking way I was about to say. The Rayquaza from my playthrough. Here, that is that one Tylosian from my Silver playthrough. There are also some more Shamans that I got from an event. This one is my Platinum playthrough. You can see here some various Pokemon. I don't fucking know where this guy is coming from actually, but yeah. And yeah, that's what I actually have. It's kind of a big box, I know, because I played World War 2 and replayed all the other Pokemon and transferred the Pokemon to this box via the save data editor and just drag and drop them. But you could also do it the vanilla way actually, if you have both emulator runnings 2 times with the different ROMs, like you would use to do the transfer in the older parts from Pokemon with the machine and blah, where you got to talk to the guy. This one works here also. You need to do a bit of a workaround, but I guess it works. For me on GBA it did not work, but on some guys it did work. But from Soul Silver to Black 2 it works definitely. I had that once working. Sometimes it's a bit bugging out, but it works. So yeah, feel free to drop me your friend code, of course, if you got one. We might have a battle, I don't know. I might try to get some event Pokemons and give that to you actually. If you don't get them by yourself, I'm gonna give them to you. And yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. If you have any questions, drop them down below. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just install the emulator, don't put the firmware in. Make your settings, your graphic settings as you want to have them. And put the IP in. DNS must be 0, can be 888, but depends. You can try. I use 000 as a second one. And then you're good to go. You can trade with your friends if they have a code. If you put that DNS on your Nintendo DS, you connect to the normal internet, then put the DNS code in. You can also connect with your friends on emulator. That, at least it worked on my side. So yeah. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.